The Queen and King from a country are concerned, very concerned, about the state of the country. You see, what has happened is the country has been so driven by improving success and wanting more, you see. Everyone wants more, you see. So that a sense of actually happiness and joy is missing. The country is very sad, very miserable. And the Queen and King know that if they do not make amends, this country will collapse, you see. People will stop working, people will go into mental institutes, people will be depressed, and people will start fighting, and this is not what they set out to do in this country. They were losing. Politicians and the governments and the Queen and King all held their hands up and said, we are responsible for this. We need to take action. Everyone was absolutely miserable. There was no signs of happiness, no joy, no peace, no loving kindness. So they send their top politicians out to find someone, and they find this woman, you see, from another country, from a completely different culture, and she has got so much experience in motivating and regrouping and everything that you need to bring a whole community together, a whole country together. She was a famous worldwide person, you see. Very, very inspirational woman. So they decided to pay a lot of money and hire this woman. And the plan would be to have her go around the country and find out what was wrong, and to set up a television interview, a television seminar that the country would all be invited to participate in, and it would be broadcasted all over. And she would describe and explain what it is that was missing and how to find it and what action the King and Queen wants to take, you see, without losing the identity of the country and obviously the finances in the business, which were very successful. So the woman was employed, you see. So the woman comes to see the King and Queen and says, you know what I do is, you see, what I do is I set out and I do all these things and I ask questions and I go to the city. You see, the city is the seed of the country. The city is where everything blooms from. And normally the problem is in the city, but you have to go to all boundaries, all country, to find out really what is missing and how we can revitalize this country into such a wonderful cultural country again. But what I do is I go to this, the day before I will publicize this television interview, I will go to a school of the King and Queen's choice, any school in all of the country, and I will practice my speech, you see, because children are great. Children give great feedback. They know exactly if you're being honest, they know exactly if you're telling the truth, and they know exactly if this is going to be a success. And they will openly tell me if this is going to work on that. You see, I have so much value in children. They are really the root of the country, you see. And the Queen and the King, and they agree a fee, and she goes along the country, you see, and she asks many questions. She takes many aids, and there are many pens and papers, and she has a survey sheet, and she hands out, and she gets them back, and she goes personally to many of these people, asking. And many comments come, the normal comments from all countries are very similar, she says. All countries are very similar. There is a very core reason behind this, but it's very difficult to get to this core reason, you see. So questions come, and they say things like, you know, if we had better relationships with our, you know, other cities, it would be great. If we had more money, you see, more work, more things for the children to do, you know, more creative things, more inspirational things, more time off work, more holidays. All these answers came. All these answers which were very, very similar to all countries. Um, we need more trust and more faith in our governments and our politicians, and all these things come, you see. So she gets this thousands and thousands of information and sits down and sifts through it all, you see. So she gets some sort of core survey and goes to the city, you see. Now I've got it all, you see. I've worked out what is the core problems, and the city is the answer, you see. And I'll go and find out what the city wants, you see. So she heads for the city with her aides and her sheets, and the city people, they don't speak to her, you see. Oh no, we are far too busy. We have so much business to do. The whole country is responsible for us. We have so much money to make. The economy is driven from this place. Everything is so important in this place. Time is very valuable. We have no time. And she said, oh, can you take him? No, I'm sorry. It's very fast here, you see, very fast. And she gets a bit, oh, is this what the other peoples in the surrounding areas see? This fast-paced, time-based, money-based, business-based world? Is this what this city is portraying? You see, she says, oh yeah, but I need to get to find what this city is about, you see. There must be something in this city that I can really concentrate on. I can find is the root, you see. And so she goes around and no one speaks, you see, and she sends her aides and says, find somewhere where we can find some positive information for our interview, for our TV seminar. And they look and nothing, you see. No one is interested. Everyone is far too busy. When they're not busy, they're sleeping. Lights are out and socializing, you see. Oh no, I don't want to speak. I've been having all day. I've been in my desk and I've been up in there and I've been checking stock markets and now I just want to chill out and relax. So go away, please go away. We are so busy. And then one day she's getting a bit disillusioned, and one of her aides says, ma'am, I found this place. It's a big hall. She says, what is this hall? He says, it's the only hall in the city that is the motivational hall, they call it. It is a place for all these people who cannot, who experience all this business and fast-paced life, but cannot, want to escape, you see. They want to escape to this motivational hall. And this hall is a place where they all congregate. All the ones who really want to get out of this life and this, find some peace and harmony and space so they can go back into the world next day and do their business, you see. This relaxation hall, Oh, great, she says. So they will have time to speak, and they will be very willing to speak. I spoke to someone very local and said it's been going for years and years and years. They'll be very willing to speak to us. So she gets a couple of her aides, goes in her car, and goes to find this hall, you see. And eventually she finds the hall. And she says to her aides, I will go on my own, and you stay here, you see. So she walks towards this door. It's a long path toward this hall door, you see. And on the walk, she suddenly, with a folder and a notepad and everything, a man walks, a young man, you see, a young man, about 35 years old, very casually dressed, walks in front of her. Not with intent, you see. And it makes her stop, you see. And he's kind of... and he looks, she says, what is this? Excuse me, young man, she says, I'm glad to see you're very happy, but I need to get into the motivational hall. And he walks aside. She says, strange, very strange, this city, you see. Never seen this before in this city. She walks to the hall, you see. And again on the path, again this man with no intent is walking again, and he makes her stop again in front of her. And he is... And she's, oh my God, there must be a fool, you see. There must be a fool. He must be something. Must be something maybe wrong. You see. So she yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for cheering me up. You have made me very happy. Thank you very much. Excuse me, I have very important business to do. And again, the man again away. You see. 3 or 4 times this happens. You see. Constantly, this man is. And eventually, she gets to the door. You see, and she thinks, "My God, thank goodness! I thought I would never get there. What a strange man." "Never mind," she says. "Never mind. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, now I can get what I want." You see. So she knocks on the door, you see. No answer. Tries the handle, you see. Locked. Strange. It's mid-morning, you see. This place is open all day. 24 hours. 7 days a week. Open hall. You know. She knocks again, no answer, you see. And again she's listening and oh, what's that? She looks around in there. There's the man, you see. She says, "Excuse me, young man. Is there anyone here?" Ah. And again, no answer from this man, you see. No answer. "Oh, you're a waste of time, young man. You are such a waste of time." And she's really giving up hope now, you see. And she walks around the building, you see. And when she begins this walk, she sees a window, you see, a big window. And on this window is this big piece of paper, this big sign saying, "We are very sorry for inconvenience. This hall is now permanently closed." She goes, "Oh no. There's not enough people attending this hall now, you see. And the council have decided that it is a waste of space and money and resources. And because not enough people are attending, we are very sorry to inform the public and all who are welcome in this hall that this hall is now permanently closed, you see. Thank you all for those who attended and for all the positive stuff that happened in this place, and hopefully we can resume one day maybe." And she is, oh my God, Jesus. This city is dead, you see. This city is dead. Now, the only hope in this city, this whole country is doomed. Oh no, she says, what am I going to do? So she decides, sits on the step in despair. Oh no. So she looks at her empty pad and, I don't know what, I'm just going to have to tell lies, you see. I'm just going to have to take what I've got and make something good out of it. And hopefully it will work, you see. And if not, I will try it on the children first, you see. I will try it on the children. And if it doesn't work, you see, I can pretend I'm ill and I can go home and just hide away, you see. I'll hide away, you see. She's getting so angry with herself. She's normally very successful. And she's sitting there and tears start coming from her eyes, you see. And this man again suddenly appears. And he walks past, you see. And she goes, "Go away, you foolish man. Foolish man. Can't you see what a situation this is? And all you do is you give me no information, you give me no help, you give me nothing. You just simply sit, you simply laugh like a fool. Go away." And the man and he disappears into the bushes. She says, "Oh, I don't know what to do. I give up. You see, I give up. I'm going to home and have a nice early night and sleep on it." So she goes home and gets up in the morning and decides she had a nice, peaceful sleep. And something stirred in the middle of the night. So she gets up in the morning. She says, no, I'm not going to give up, you see. I am not going to give up. Yesterday I was going to give up, you see. But now I'm not. So she gets down and puts all her aides around, and they work out this speech. And she has this speech, and she says, I can exaggerate, I can get something from this, you see. I can take what I got from other countries, and I can implement it, and I can make up and tell some maybe lies, and try and get it. It's all about just motivating, you see. It's all about simply motivating to get happiness and joy, and just tell people what it is to be happy, and explain to them all the things that their country is good for, and whatever. I can do it, you see. And I'll try it with the children, you see. So she gets this speech. And the day before the interview, she says to the Queen and King, she will do it. Yes, she will definitely do the interview. She will be there. She asks the Queen and King, says, yeah, we have arranged a school today, and they will listen to you. Great, she says. So she goes in front of this whole school of children, aged from 6 to 16. And they sit, you see. And she gives this whole great, wonderful motivational speech, you see. Whole motivational speech. And the children are listening fervently. It lasts over an hour, you see. An hour, 20 minutes the speech lasts, you see. It's long enough for children to sit without you. It's the time of a movie, she says. And that should be fine. So at the end, the children all stand and they, great, wonderful, wonderful. And she says, it went down very well, but I need some feedback, she says. I need some feedback. So the children are asked questions, and no one asks questions. No, we're happy. No. The children now want lunch, you see. Children are bored now, you see. I want lunch, you see. She says, can anyone give me some information? How was the speech? How did it feel? Do you feel like you are happy? Do you feel like you want to go out and do things in your country? Are you not proud to be a citizen? And a young man, 10 years old, puts hand up, you see. I can give you feedback, man. She says, very good. What is it? She says. He says, you spend 1.5 hours giving a wonderful speech about what we can do and what is available and what we should be proud of, and all these great stories that you gave us, all these great examples, he says. And you think this is going to lead to happiness and joy? And she says, yes, it's going to lead to happiness and joy, don't you think? He says, yes, I can see it leading to happiness and joy, but many, many years, you see. Many years will pass before we reach this happiness and joy with these methods you give us. She says, yes, but it will come. He says, I can give you happiness and joy now. And the whole place is silent. I can give the whole country happiness and joy now. She says, how can you do this, son? He says, all the children from this school, when we go to school, we pass by the great motivational hall. And we see this man. We call him the fool, you see. He brings so much happiness and joy into our world just by being in his presence. And the lady goes, my God. He says, happiness and joy cannot be found anywhere. It cannot be found in the future. Happiness and joy is always here. How does this man make you happy and joy? She says. He teaches us. Happiness and joy is within, you see. Happiness and joy is always what we are. Happiness and joy is our essence. We will experience different things, ma'am. We will experience different times of our life and pain and growing up. But we are always happy and joy. This man is happy every day. Every moment this man is happy. This man has no home. This man has no food. This man has no wife, no family. But this man is genuinely and happy and grateful for simply being in this earth. He is our inspiration, ma'am. Your speech was great, but we are already happy, you see, when we are with this man, because this man teaches us that we find our own happiness. we find our own happiness and joy. And that this happiness and joy is our true state. It is within us right now. We are all happy and joyful in this hall, and the children, we're happy. And the lady tears come from her eyes, you see. Thank you very much, children. You've been very, very kind. I'm so glad I did this. She gives a speech. The next day, you see, on the television. The speech lasts 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And the whole country is still. She vitalized this country in 4 minutes. She brought this country back to life in 4 minutes. From a 9, 10-year-old and a fool, you see. And she named this TV broadcast, I am such a fool for not recognizing happiness is always within you. And she is given an award from the king and the queen because the whole country has stopped and realized. And the king and the queen are happy. The politicians are happy. The city is happy. Many have not seen the TV for working and being busy. But soon they will also meet this fool, you see. Have you met your fool? Have you met one that brings happiness and joy outward? Namaste.